Okay. So for this lecture, so this is legal, policy, and ethical issues and computer study. So I will give you keywords so that this will be part of your quiz. So keyword one for this recorded video will be ethical. Okay, so the keyword one is ethical. So let's repeat the discussion. So as computer system and network become increasingly integral to our daily lives, so it's crucial to address the legal policy and ethical concern that arises. So this presentation will be exploring the landscapes of cybersecurity, examining the challenges and best practice for upholding different standards. So we're going to explore what are other legal concerns that we need to consider when we are studying or doing some ano yan, action within the computer system and network. So let's first define what is a cybercrime. So it is referred to the illegal activities carried out using digital device and network, as long as there is an integration of use of device and network, so that could be under cybercrime. So in U.S. Department of Defense, cybercrime has three categories. So first, a crime in which a computing device is the target, for example, to gain network access. So that is a crime. So illegal network access. Next is a crime in which a computer is used as a weapon. For example, to launch a DOS attack. So anything that is compromises the CIA. It's not the Central Intelligence. It's confidentiality, integrity, and availability of something or services using computer. Next is a crime in which computer is used as a accessory to a crime. For example, using a computer to store illegally obtained data. So that is a form of crime in which computer is used as a form of accessories. Okay, categories of cybercrime. So these are all cybercrime, but they have different categories. Okay, the first one is what we call the cyber attack, a direct assault on a computer system or a network. So a direct assault, and we call it as a cyber attack. Another is cyber theft. So illegally obtaining data, money, or other asset online. So we call it a cyber thief. So when we are referring to thief, we know that people with malicious intent trying to get anything. So here, by using of computers, obtaining data, money, and others. Next is cyber fraud, deceptive practice for financial gain over the internet. So we call it as cyber fraud with the use of internet. So there are other form of fraud that a traditional form of fraud, but here we are referring to the fraud that's happen over the internet. And the next one, we call it the cyber terrorism, using digital platform to intimidate or cause harm. So cyber terrorism. So I think we already have a few discussion on this on cyber terrorism regarding the cyber crime. Next is cyberbullying. It's a harassment or intimidation using electronic means. So this is very common due to the advantage in rampant social media platforms. Okay, so here, discussing more, focusing on the Philippines, we have the Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012, or the Republic Act number 10175. So ano po ang meron dito? This is aka Cybercrime Prevention Act of 2012. It's a comprehensive law in the Philippines that aims to address legal issues concerning online interaction and internet. Okay, so this law has three objectives. We have to prevent cybercrime, and then next is just remember the three: prevent, protect, and promote. So this would be your keyword number 2: prevent, protect, promote. Okay. Gawin ko na siyang tatlo. Keyword 2, 3, and 4. Prevent, protect, promote. So, in the right order po yan. So, we have prevent, protect, and promote. Okay, when you say prevent, it is in this law, this law is made to prevent cybercrime. It addresses and penalize various forms of cybercrime. The prevention next is to protect information and communication technology, the ICT, safeguard the security and ICT. And next is to promote digital ethics, foster a safe and ethical online environment. So under this law, so we have created several agencies and government action with regard to cybercrime. What is inside the provision? So we're going to discuss each of the provision. The first provision is the offenses against the confidentiality, integrity, availability of computer data and the system. So what is the offenses under this? So before that, let's define the data interception. Data interception means secretly intercepting or gaining access to data sent over a network without the other party's knowledge or consent. So sensitive information like financial data, login credential, and personal information may be included. Interception may be carried out by nefarious actors like hackers or cyber criminals, or even by trustworthy organizations like corporation or government bodies. Under this, what are the provision under the offenses of CIA? First is illegal access, unauthorized access to computer or network. Next is illegal interception. Okay. Interception of non-public transmission of computer data. So there are data that's already public, so there is no crime against it because it is already public. When you say illegal interception, means that interception of transmission of a private data. Next is data interference, intentional and alteration, damaging, deleting, or deterioration of computer data. Next is system interference, hindering the function of computer system through various means. And the last one is misuse of device, possession, production, sales, or distribution of device or software used in the purpose of committing a cybercrime. So if ever I know that you may be introduced to different tools, physical tools and software tools that can be used for various means, but before this, we already discussed that we only use this as a professional and for with ethical practices. So without this could be called the misuse of devices that is under the provision of Cybercrime Prevention Act. So be careful. Next is the computer-related offenses. What is under the computer-related offenses? This includes the computer-related perjury, means inputting, altering, or deleting computer data to induce third party to act upon it as if it were authentic. When you say perjury, panggagaya, okay? Perjury, computer-related fraud, unauthorized input, alteration, or deletion of data, or interference in the functioning of computer system causing damage. Okay, next is computer-related identity theft, unauthorized acquisition, use, misuse, transfer, or deletion of identity, deletion of identifying information belonging to another person. So if we're going to summarize, all of the three is related to way wherein inputted data is being altered, deleted, or or unauthorized changes of this changes, alteration or deletion or inputting. Next is content-related offenses. Under content-related offenses, So this include the three. We have the cyber sex, child pornography, isolated commercial communication. So when we say content, means content, something that is viewable in the internet or in a computer. So it means a willful engagement, maintenance, control, or operation, or any vicious exhibition of sexual organ or sexual activity through computer system for a favor or consideration. So here, it does not limit if you get involved or not, as long as you are parts of the activities, like you are an IT, but you you know what is the content of what you are doing, so it means that you are an accessory to the crime. Okay. Another is the child pornography. It is illegal act defined in an Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009, RA 9775, is committed through a computer system. Once it is under a computer, nakasave siya or distributed, it is under the cybercrime prevention. But dalawa po dito ang provision. We also have the Anti-Child Pornography Act of 2009. And the third one is the isolated commercial communication. Transmission of commercial electronic communication with the use of computer system which seek to adverse sell or offer for sale products or services without the consent of the recipient. So here, a content for bloggers, educators, or any form of content which is unsolicited, hindi nagpaalam or without the consent, is also under this provision under the content-related offenses. And the last one, what are the other offenses under cybercrime, is what we call the libel. Libel is defined in Article 355 of the Revised Penal Code of committed with computer system or any other similar mean which may be devised in the future. Okay, practical implication, ano nga po ba ang libel? And for individual, be cautious about what you post online, as defamatory statement can lead to illegal action. Even sharing or liking libelous posts can potentially expose you to liability. It means as an individual, we should be careful of posting and especially giving comment to such posts that can be untrue. Okay, that's for individual. But then for a journalist and blogger, ensure that all information published online is through verified sources. So understand the boundaries of their comments and criticism. So being a blogger or journalist that not accept us from libel. Next is for social media user. Think before you post. Always consider potential legal repercussion of statement made online about others that could lead to libel. Okay, so that could be the short presentation for legal issues related to cyber crime. Again, for the last part, ang keyword number 5. Okay, keyword 5 will be libel. Okay, so yan yung dapat nating hanapin in our online quizzes. Okay, so sabi ko po, it will be just short discussion for our last topic of the information assurance and security